The cybersecurity simply means a design or a process of securing a system, that's device, network, or preventing an unauthorized access to an account
or
information. So that's cybersecurity. Now, hacking, should I say, is the opposite
of cybersecurity.
Now, someone penetrating into your privacy,
yes,
without your permission. Do you understand? So that's what hacking is.
Is hacking illegal?
Hacking, yeah, there are different types of hackers.
Okay.
We have black hat hackers. So those ones are people that has computer skills and they want to use it to harm people. Then we also have ethical hackers. Now, ethical hackers are people that, they will penetrate into your network with permissions from the company's management.
Okay.
Then after that, they will now give a report of the security flaws they have detected on the systems and then advise them to, how to mitigate them. But there are some, we also have great hackers as well. Those ones, they can also, break into your system with your permission. You understand? And then still use that same information to harm you.
Those are job by job.
Those ones, they will present themselves as a nice person.
Very nice.
Like, very corporate person.
Saint guys.
Just like me coming to you right now.
Of course, you don't look very harmful to me.
Yeah, then you share some information with me and then I will now use it to harm you. Yeah, so those are great hackers. So
no single day passes without us making use of our phone and gadgets. With the way the world is gradually turning into a global digital society, you all see that every blessed day we need our phones, our gadgets, our devices to carry out 90% of our endeavors, our daily also every blessed day. But did you know that there are certain messages and links sent to your phone or gadgets which could actually run your bank account dry? Amazing viewers, anytime, any day, this is your inspiring podcast hosts. I love smiling. I'm always happy because you are the reason why I'm seated here. Any blessed day that you feel sad, I don't feel fulfilled because I believe I'm existing for you. This podcast is for you. And you have always been the reason why we put up every content to help you escape the hook of life issues. This is Uproot the Issue podcast reaching you this very hard. My name is Ekemine Ekwere, your host. Of course, you can call me Mr. Uproot the Issue so that you and I will be friends for life. And of course, you see that every blessed day we get to use our phones, our gadgets, our devices. We get to use it to do in our daily also. I mean, you need your phone, but then there are certain links, there are certain passwords, there are certain messages that if you open, they bag your bank account. What it will shock you, and you will fear your account, honestly, because the world now is becoming a very small space that we really need to be conscious of whatever is going on around us. And so in today's conversation, we'll be talking about how hackers steal your data and password. And of course, you check how will you just wake up and discover that your account is hacked. How will you just wake up and discover that you can't have access to that Facebook account again, that you start seeing your email. You know when you're searching for your email, that is when one hacker is at a mall shopping for the latest sneakers and designers. And so we will be talking about the secret. It's not magic, okay? So these people spend, it's just like weapon fashion against you. But this one, please, join us to know how they will end up not prospering, because many persons have been damaged, many persons' investment, many companies, many sites due to cyber criminals called hackers. Of course, there are some of them that are not really criminals, so to say. So, have you been victim of losing your Facebook account? Have you been victim of maybe at some point you are not safe again? You start seeing spams, you start seeing so many things. Join us on the conversation on how hackers steal your data and password. Of course, I have here in this talk show room a software developer, this guru, I call him, he understands the proofs. Anything that has to do with developing sites, because one good thing about site is when a site is really strong, and so he gets to develop good site. He has worked with the reputable brands. He's a website developer. With me in the talk show room is Mr. Ifyok Samson.
Yeah, thank you very much, Isaac.
Wait, you that is into this software, you look like a good man.
I'm a good person, I'm not a bad person.
Of course, good to have you here, sir.
Thank you very much.
You're looking so good, sir.
Thank you very much, sir.
Okay, so from the way you're smiling, you look too innocent. But at the same time, should I be scared of you?
No, you don't need to be scared of me. I'm a very nice person.
Okay, so when someone, let's jump into the conversation, because this hacking of a thing, honestly, I've been a victim of, I've lost my account sometime.
How did it happen?
I just woke up one day. Okay, I think someone sent me a link to join one online business.
Okay.
Online site like that. You know all these, what were they even doing that site? Yes.
Okay.
So when I opened the site, I was always doing at least one, I think the stuff was like email, online marketing, 1K every day. At some point, I just woke up. I missed my Facebook account. That was the Facebook account, you know, when you have friends, though it wasn't on a professional, you know, but then it's very, I've seen someone that has grown his community, his online visibility to over, I think, 30K followers. And just one day, honestly, one day, the account was gone. So even someone, we'll start with this, when someone says he or she is into hacking, what does the person mean?
Hacking. Should I start with the definition of cybersecurity? Because hacking is the opposite of cybersecurity.
Okay.
Now, what is cybersecurity? Cybersecurity simply means a design or a process of securing a system, that's device, network, or preventing an unauthorized access to an account
or
information. So that's cybersecurity. Now, hacking, should I say, is the opposite
of cybersecurity.
Now, someone penetrating into your privacy,
yes,
without your permission. Do you understand? So that's what hacking is. So about what you said about someone penetrating into your accounts without your access. Okay, let me explain this. That can happen if you give someone your phone.
Okay.
Like, for instance, now we exchange, let's say, phone number.
Yes,
so we're like, okay, you have this picture on your phone, let me see. So I'm trying to go through your device, you understand? I can log onto your Facebook account without you knowing. Look, I'm trying to send some photos. I can log onto your Facebook account and then change your password, fill in my email address, and do all of those things.
Without my permission?
Without your permission. If you don't have two-factor authentication.
This is serious.
Do you understand? I can do that and then hand over your phone to you. You'll still log on to your Facebook account.
Very well. And I'll still be chatting.
You know, majority of people, they don't check their password policy and all of that. They don't update their password policy.
Okay, that time they run like that.
And also, some people are using one password. People are using one password for all their social media accounts.
I will not lie, you have.
So if you're a victim to that, you need to.
So I can have many passwords.
You can have many passwords.
Okay.
I think, or you use a password manager.
Okay.
To store your password. Or those password manager can help you generate passwords. Sometimes Google is really helping. Google security is really helping. There are passwords that you will use, but Google will now say, oh, please change this password.
Okay.
Because they normally do security audits to, help their users, update their users on using weak passwords. Like, for instance, now your Wi-Fi, I can easily predict your password.
My Wi-Fi password?
Yeah.
How?
I will need to study you first.
Okay.
Like the things you like doing, things you talk about. From the information, I'm trying to gather information from you. And from those things, I will now try predicting your password.
So, for example, now my life, I love talking. If you watch my status, it's about talk.
No, I will need to take time and then study you. I will easily predict your password. People name their password to their date of birth. You understand? There are people that will say, if you're September, because I was born 9th of September. Some people use their date of birth,
Some use
their
their
phone number.
Yes.
You understand? So there was a time that was 2021. Let me share a story about something. I was with my phone, I was like, let me try this, let me try learning this thing, let me see how this thing works. And I started chatting. I logged on to Facebook and I went to all these South African blogs.
Okay.
Now from there we meet South Africans.
Okay.
Different people with different contributing, these popular blogs. So and I had to comment. People started replying to my comments, you understand? And then I had to private chat someone. I tried chatting up the person. And I dropped a phishing message. Do you understand? So they were like interesting in investment. So I had to private chat someone, as we were talking. I had to ask her for her password. She gave me her password. I promised I'm going to give her 1,000 naira airtime. You understand? So she was very happy. She had to give me her password and her login information. I was like, oh, this thing is working. But I have this integrity that I can't harm people. You understand?
Okay.
So I had to tell her it was a joke. You understand? So so it was a joke. So I had to, because some of my friends they wanted to learn those things from me. So I had to tell them, sorry, I can't do this.
Okay, so about hacking, is hacking illegal?
Hacking, yeah, there are different types of hackers.
Okay.
We have black hat hackers. So those ones are people that has computer skills and they want to use it to harm people. Then we also have ethical hackers. Now, ethical hackers are people that, they will penetrate into your network with permissions from the company's management. Okay. Then after that, they will now give a report of the security flaws they have detected on the systems and advise them to, how to mitigate them. But there are some, we also have grey hackers as well. Those ones, they can also, break into your system with your permission. You understand? And then still use that same information to harm you.
Those are job by job.
Those ones, they will present themselves as a nice person.
Very nice.
Like, very corporate person.
Saint guys.
Just like me coming to you right now.
Of course, you don't look very harmful to me.
Yeah, then you share some information with me, and then I will not use it to harm you. Yeah, so those are grey hackers.
So I learned about white hat hackers.
Yeah, those ones are the ethical hackers.
But basically their job.
Yeah, those are ethical hackers.
So about those ones that intentionally they want to harm you, tell us about them.
Okay, mostly they want to break into your account information, steal your personal information to sell them or use it for their malicious act. Do you understand?
Okay.
Then they can also break into your bank account, pull out your money and cause financial damages.
Okay, so that part is really interesting because we need to go into that.
Okay.
But then, just before we move into the part of how they finance, because I know vividly well that there are some people that have been duped every blessed day. There are some people that you just wake up seeing that. I even learned that someone could open. They can even go as far as opening an account in your own name, and they are controlling their accounts without your knowledge. So now when you talked about companies, because I know what it takes to open a site, the investment, everything there, and many corporations, many organizations waking up to discover that the site is down. Okay, so now if currently now, maybe let's just use you as an example, being a software developer, you have a whole clue of how this works. How do hackers get to hack company sites?
How do hackers get to hack company sites?
Yes.
This is what we call DNS. So I'm going to use...
no problem.
Okay. This is what we call DNS. It's known as domain name server.
Okay.
So when purchasing a domain, some domain registrar will advise you to pay for a private DNS. Now this DNS will now point your domain IP address to your dedicated server. Now it will be a lot more difficult for hackers to break in. Now, for instance, now you have a domain for this studio.
Okay.
Then are now breaking. You're using a should I say a public? Let's say there's a. It's a using Namecheap. I don't know. I have knowledge about Namecheap.
Okay.
This on other this that I've worked with. I can easily change them and point them to my server. So now I can now redirect your company's traffic to my own server. If I have a server that I'm controlling. Now I'm hacking to your site. So now when people try to access your website, to now redirect them to my own server. That's it.
And you make use of that.
Yeah. There are also people that will always try sending emails to website owners. I know there's this on your website, this on your website. I would like to assist you fix these errors on your website. And then you now go ahead and give them your login information. They will now shut down your site and then request for you to pay a amount of money to get back your website.
So now this is, you don't turn to business now.
Yeah. If you have a website, you'll be seeing all those emails coming in. You understand? Coming in. Yeah, we can help you fix your website. We can help you add this, add that to your website. Then now, okay, as a company CEO, as a company owner, you want a company to grow as much. You want to work with them. You will now, okay, this is my cPanel login. This login to my hosting. You will now log and change the password.
And then get into harm you.
Yeah, you now need to pay money to get back your site.
So, what about the Facebook? Mostly because most times we dwell on the social media space now.
Yeah.
So now, how do you just because it's very painful to invest in building your social media life.
Okay.
And all of a sudden, how do people get to fall victim of hacking? Maybe losing their Facebook accounts, losing their TikTok, Instagram, all the social media handles. How do hackers get to have victims?
Like I said earlier, using weak passwords. If someone can easily predict your password, if you're using your phone number as your password, you stand a higher chance of losing your account. Also, if you give out your phone to someone you don't trust, you can easily lose your account.
Even the person you trust, okay?
Yeah. You can easily lose your account. In cybersecurity, we don't trust anybody.
So you don't trust me.
So that's the thing. And also using weak password is very, very important. There are people that are using one password for all their social media accounts. For all their, their social media accounts. And also it's advisable to use multi-factor authentication.
Okay.
Do you understand what it means?
So what is for someone that probably maybe meeting that language for the first time?
Multi-factor authentication, kind of like, let's say in your house, right? You have a gate.
Okay.
That's the first authentication. Second one, you have a protector, and you also have a door.
Okay.
Those are levels of authentication. You understand? Okay. Let's say, let me use Facebook as an instance. Try to log into your Facebook account. And you ask it for your password. After asking for your password, and now check if this person is authentic. If this person is the person claiming to be who he or she. You understand?
Yes.
So after that, they will now, if the person has enabled the multi-factor authentication,
yes,
they will now request for the person to enter an OTP sent to the registered email address.
Okay.
Some system will check if I log into Facebook with another device. Now Facebook, I think they normally capture your device IP address.
Okay.
If you try logging into Facebook with another another device, with a different IP address, Facebook will want to check who is this person that is trying to. Are you the person that is trying to access this account with this device? If you say yes.
Yes, I do see something like that. Someone is trying to use the device to
that's
activity.
Yeah, that's multi-factor authentication.
Okay.
So it's advisable to enable that on all your accounts.
All your accounts.
Yeah.
Okay, so quickly moving to the, now data prices in Nigeria, the data they compete now with fuel and petrol. See if they are battling with one man like that. Two guys with a fight for one babe. They are like that now. So with the level
you can't do with that data. So
the data price is that high. So with the data prices now, they are so conscious of what the small data where they remain now, and to use one or two things, not to talk of sharing it. And I also realized that you can't get, of course, when your Wi-Fi or hotspot is connected, someone can have access to, but that will only, be possible if you share your password. But is there any way that you can have access to my data connection without me sharing my password to you?
Yeah. We have public network. We have private network.
Okay.
You understand? Banks are using private network. They are using public network.
So you mean I'm the public one?
We are using public network.
Okay. I'm the public property now.
We are using public network. Now, even with the public network, if you can give a strong password to your Wi-Fi password, it won't be easy for people to penetrate.
Okay.
But if you have a weak password, I do see people use 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 as their Wi-Fi password.
Has anything to say? You can't remember now.
You understand? You can have access to the internet. So there was a compound I was living. So I do see Wi-Fi. Then when to go was,
It was rain that time.
Yeah, I went to go. So one of my guys will see Wi-Fi here, Wi-Fi there, give me password. The one I won't even know that we are connecting to this, we are using this Wi-Fi.
Really?
Yes, now. Because they are using a weak password, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
But how do you people get to just predict that this is the password they are using?
You think. Your Facebook, let's say I know you.
Okay.
Your Facebook carries a lot of information about you.
Okay, I know my date of birth, I know my... but somehow, that there are certain Facebook settings that you can change those settings. Like, I've logged into I've actually viewed someone's account and I don't get to see much of my information appearing as well on that person's account. When
you asked me for my Facebook account, did you see much information about me?
I didn't even see much information about you. I was just saying that your fine face in that place. Just something, just professionally what you do. Aside from that, checking the other side where we have maybe the school you've attended and stuff like that.
No, you won't see it. I had to hide all those things so that you have access to me.
Okay, that's that. You're actually hindering people from having.
But when I started learning cybersecurity newly, there was how the course had to affect my psychology. I had to delete all my photos on Facebook, delete all my information on social media. Then if you search me on Google, you will see me on Google. Then I had to turn it off on Facebook.
Why?
There's how the system will now affect your psychology. There's how you will see things. You start seeing things differently.
Like someone that maybe you are trying to hide from the public.
Yeah, you're trying to protect yourself.
But they know they harm you now. Now you even did go harm person.
No. Do you know that your friend is a window?
My friend
is a window for hackers to have access to you.
Like my mutual friend on Facebook?
Yes.
Really?
It's a window.
So if I have you now as my friend, maybe the person knows that this is really a friend of mine, like my paddy. So the person can, through my friend, can have access to my account and harm me.
That person can have access through that person. Through that person, I can know more about you. Through that person.
How will you know more about me through that person?
Okay. If I go through your post, I will now go through comment. There are people that will comment, and this person knows this person very well.
If you won't hide emotion. Well. Honestly, when you see emotion in comments, it's in comment section.
Yeah, I will now click on that person's profile. You understand? I will follow up from there. I will do my investigation from there. You get? So I will try different people. You understand? I will just be, talking to different people, trying to get that information, trying to, be friendly with them, to get to know you.
So back to what we're actually looking at, the password, because I want the viewers out there to, away from just having the awareness that their password is just like, let's say, a key to their private life, a key to their growth, be it financially, because I know there's nothing so frustrating than waking up to see that whatsoever, money hard now to get.
Yeah.
So when you wake up to discover that things that you've invested, you've toiled, you've wasted your nights, I wouldn't say wasted, but at least you've spent the night, you would have been sleeping, you are up doing what, running up and about. Like, for example, we're talking by as at 4 a.m. or 3 a.m. in the morning, we're still working, and someone is trying to, penetrate and get off those things. So now, in the likes of the data now, how can you possibly get an access to my Wi-Fi password?
If you're using a weak password, that's the easiest way.
Like, what are those examples of weak password that people use? Aside from 1, 2, 3, 4, what are those examples of weak? Because I know a very strong password should have 12 characters, including symbol, your name, and
majority, there are all these new devices that are coming up now. They have password policies.
Okay.
Yeah, they have password policies.
Including iPhone?
Yeah, iPhone. They have password policies. You understand? There are systems you want to sign up, and then if you don't use a strong password, they will notify you that this password is very weak. You understand? I don't know if you have experienced that.
Yes, I think there's something I tried registering for some time, and they told me that somehow, even when you're in that registration process, they'll get to tell you that no,
this password is not, because they have their own password policies.
Okay.
You understand? Now, it's very important for companies or software developers to have a strong password policies for their end users.
Okay.
Because if you're, for instance, now I work for a company and they now give me their password policy, that's what I will build the software upon.
Okay.
Now it will build trust. It will also help the end users or my customers to feel secure using my application.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yes.
For their services. That's one thing. So it's really advisable to have a strong password. Let me give you an example of a strong password. If your name is Stanley and you like using your name Stanley, you can use a $sign instead of ace.
I wouldn't even think of that.
Use double $sign. Okay. There's double $sign.
Yes.
It looks like ace, right?
Yes.
You can now use capital T.
Okay.
And then when you want to use A, you can use the @ symbol. I'm just trying to give you like a sample of a strong password. Like if you're using that format of password, it will help you, if you start practicing that over time, it will help you develop that character of using a strong password when you're signing up on the system. There are some people that have a manual for their password.
Just sit down, be writing password.
Yeah, for each of the systems they sign up on.
Honestly,
I have those people now. I've met with so many people.
They just have a party. What if that manual goes missing?
They might end up losing the account.
And it's very, very difficult to have, except I think Facebook it's quite easy. If you are using another device, I think it's easy to recover kind of your account if you are switching to a new device.
It all depends. For Facebook, it all depends. It all depends. If it's very difficult to reach out to their customer support.
Yes.
Yeah, there are a lot of people that have lost their accounts. They delete all the friends. For instance, now I hack into your Facebook. I'll need to, delete all your profile, delete all your information and all of that. Although Facebook, they have that security audit. They check.
Okay.
If there is something going on these accounts, there's some unusual activity, they will need to disable the account immediately.
Okay. Is it also applicable to Twitter?
I'm not really familiar with Twitter.
Okay.
Yeah, but Facebook, Facebook, they do this. There's what we call audit trial.
Okay.
Yeah, they will check if there is any activity, any unusual activity going on the account. They will need to, disable the account.
So just
and request for the owner to, come and claim the account.
Okay. You remember when we talked about hacking being legal or either illegal, as the case may be. We do, you made mention of ethical hackers, and just like the Yahoo boys, that means the opposite. Those ones that are not ethical hackers, they are just like the illegal hackers here. But of all the things, we have so many things that people could, indulge into doing, at least to provide a thing for their and cater for their own needs and well-being. Of all the things of the world, why should someone? Because the end result is having access to your information, and for them it's to harm you. So why should someone move in? Because this is one reason why we exist here for. Why do people, we dig deep into not just what we see? Why do people move or try to indulge in hacking?
Should I say it's an inspiration? I can learn how to operate a computer.
Okay.
How to use a computer. And now find my passion in hacking. Oh, I love hacking. Let me go into this.
Of all the things in the computer, is hacking like
people they have different. There are people that love coding. People that love graphics design. There are people that love designing websites and all of that. They have different passions. You understand? So let's say most people they go into hacking just to make money. Yeah. They hack into your personal device to pull out your financial information. That's your card information.
Okay.
Your PIN and all of that.
My ATM card, my PIN, everything.
You've used your phone to shop online now, right?
Yes.
Your card information is there. So if someone compromises your device, you can easily have access to that.
Really?
Okay, let's say you want to buy something on Amazon or let me say Jumia. Do you normally fill out your card information?
Most times.
Most times, but it's always saved there.
It's just I really shop via Jumia. But I believe that.
But there are sometimes you don't even need to fill out the
information.
It's saved there already. So as a hacker, you need to check through the person's browsing history and all of that to pull out those kind of informations. Okay. Yeah.
So away from just having inspiration, why would people just want to move into hacking?
Because they want to make money.
So there's money in hacking?
Yeah.
How can you just make money in hacking?
Yeah, if you want to go into hacking, let's say I want to go into hacking. If I want to go into hacking full time, I will go into the ethical hacking. Now I will check your network for security vulnerabilities, your system. Then I will now come to you and tell you, these are the security flaws that I've detected on your system. You understand? There are companies that employ ethical hackers to pen test their system to know if their system is safe from cyber attackers. Okay. You understand? Those ones they have the judgment that I have. You understand? So there are those black hat hackers. Those ones they don't even care. You understand? They don't even care how you're going to feel. You understand? And also pay group matters. Pay group matters. Okay. Your friends matters. The friends you have around you matters. If I'm into hacking, if I'm very close to you, I do talk about hacking, I do talk about things like that, One day you want to go into it, you also want to try it. You understand? That's how Yahoo boys they accumulate every day. There's a spirit in this thing. Yeah, there's a passion in this, a spirit behind this. You understand? So subconsciously they don't know that this is what I'm doing to people. Okay. You understand? They're just thinking it's a normal thing. It's a normal day life. You get? So that's it.
But for you personally, away from, you said if you want to move into that for full time, it will be ethical hacking. But have you hacked someone in one way? Maybe like into the black hacking part? Have you tried something like that before?
The black hack? No. Well, as an ethical hacker, you have idea about the black hacking system pattern. As an ethical hacker, you need to patch that access. Your work is to patch the access what the black hat hackers will use to access a particular system without being authorized.
So how about the black hackers? How do we get to, what are those things that, how do they go about their own daily life? How do they get to access and hack someone's account? away from just the password, how do they get to have data? Because I know away from just having money, okay, they can get to hold your information at ransom. That they call to threaten you. Okay, they have these until you release. Most of them, they don't even care if it's just like you've said. They don't even care if you pay the money or not. Their own is they just want to ruin.
That's like I said. They just have passion for that, just to share with their friends. So I've been able to compromise this system, compromise this device. You understand? They just have passion for doing that. That's just it.
So as being into the black hacking or just life of someone that is into hacking, I know that somehow, just like you've said, along the line, have you for once, maybe at some point in your life, you just, this is a life that I don't hope to live? How is your social life? How do you relate with people? How do people could see someone that is a hacker?
Someone that is a hacker, the person will, should I say, the person will not feel comfortable, talking to, associating with people. You understand? They will not have that freedom because they are being monitored.
Okay.
You get? They are just, they saw this and affect their psychology. They don't, think the way they're supposed to think. To me. Because there was a time I wanted to go into that some years back. Then I was very, very frustrated financially. So I was like, what should I do? There was a time like that I had that experience. You understand? So I had to, pray over this, and I fell back to my normal, day life. Because I think when I was fully into hacking, seriously, it would be difficult for me to step out and difficult for people to even see me. To even know my location from my social media handle, you won't be able to, detect who is this and all of that. Yeah.
So it's just that the sort of life they are living is they hide in something, they hide away from people, or they just live in a very far distance,
They stay away from people. They distance themselves from people, just to be able to focus, on hacking on their calling.
They are called. They are called to hack.
It's a passion.
Like it's a passion and inspiration.
Yeah.
Okay, so before jumping into, because I know this also affects the aspect of relationship and marriage as well, especially for couples or partners that are not having insecurity issues. But before then, how do the bone of contention here is how they get into your data and information. So you've actually stated here that first, if you have a weak password, which that is noted, and if you have maybe you don't have a strong site, okay, they can also break through it or break into it. But away from these two things, you also talked about PAs. If you have friends, that of course it's very easy to predict or detect your life from the kind of, they say, show me your friend, I will tell you who you are. Okay, but away from these three things, what are those common? How do we get to see that? Oh, this part of my account or my device is at risk, or there's something going on without me. Because I know that definitely those guys may get to frustrate you before you even realize that you are frustrated already.
Mean in terms of relationship?
No, in terms of how do they just get to steal the data? The three things you've mentioned, that are the weak password, the site, and the aspect of your PAs. But away from those three ways, how do they also get to steal this data in such a way that you don't even notice that something is going on in your account? You just wake up to boom, my money is gone, or either my account is attacked.
Okay, there are people that sign up on all these malicious sites.
Okay.
To fill out their informations for government grants and all of that. They will now fill out their personal information. They will ask them for their Facebook username. Do you understand? Yeah. There are some developers that will develop that site.
Even the one that they do add, I think they do add BVN as well.
Yeah, but you need to be careful if you don't see anything. If it's in Nigeria, if you don't see anything .com
.ng.
No, not .ng, .gov.
Okay.
You understand? That's government, like Nigerian government. That's their own dedicated domain.
Okay.
If you don't say anything like that, do not sign up. Do not fill out your personal information. Because it's how you sign up on that site. They now have your information. You have your data, but they have everything related to you. Right? From there, they can use it to, attempt or use it to, there's a site that whereby we want to submit someone's information. The site will now generate password. We will now think of password that this person might likely use.
Really?
Yeah. I've forgotten the name of the application.
That you just need to copy, paste.
Yeah, someone's information. The person will now, the app will now generate password that might likely. So hackers will now try till they penetrate.
Wow.
Yeah, that's it.
So, lovely viewer, to you that is always, your job is to wake up in the morning, send someone, please, can you open this, send an invite to particular links like that, because there's a whole lot of things going on now. People just send you messages on Facebook, on WhatsApp, not the link you're actually clicking, because I even know there are certain links that Facebook will actually, you may posting things and that may lead to your accounts being dropped.
Yeah.
Okay. So you that is always posting or sharing links to people on WhatsApp, go and open this, go and do that. You need to have as much as knowledge to know that hacking is real. Okay, there are so many persons that when you are sleeping, they are awake, trying as much as possible to penetrate and have your information, mainly either to ruin your reputation, to actually malign the kind of person you are, or to actually harm you, get your money. This is very fantastic, eye-opening. I call it eye-opening because it's getting us to see what you may not actually been drawn to notice. Okay, how hackers steal your data and password with a software developer. Of course, this guy is a pro in website development. So, of course, if you are seeing him for the first time, you've heard about what he do. Okay, we'll give him a time to talk about what he actually does. But then, if you're a company looking for an ethical hacker, or someone that is so good with the art or with the whole pros and cons of hacking, how it works and everything, how you can test the validity of your site, you can always reach out to him. He's one person I can recommend anytime, any day. And of course, if you have been sharing your password with someone or your Wi-Fi password, you need to start hiding that because, you heard what he said, don't, in fact, in hacking or in cybersecurity, you don't trust anyone, okay? But you can trust your wife. So that's what is moving us to the next question I will ask you. Okay, you have something to say?
I have something to say. There are some, currently right now, if you post anything about investment, how to get rich quick, people want to invest. People want to sign up.
Sharp. We don't need money now, you guys.
Yeah, that's another medium of getting people's information. You understand? Someone will call me, feel, it's like these guys are paying, you need to mine crypto here. You understand? You need to make money here. I've cash out. You sign up. I'll be like, okay, no problem, but we save. You understand? I won't even touch the link.
Even when there was, I think there's a friend of mine that is into this Bitcoin.
Yeah,
stuff
he's
like
making
that.
money and all of that.
They will this one has paid, or this one has like, okay, good for you.
They will sign up with their personal information. They will enter their information there. They even share it on WhatsApp group chat, different group chats.
Different group chats, yes.
Yeah, people should click on this link, sign up, use my referral link, and have a discount and all of that. They don't even know. They're after making money. They don't care about their information, if it's protected or not. You understand? So those guys, if they are using that system to, get people information, they can use your information to harm other people. Then when the police, the security agencies now trace to check who is after all this, they now see your information. They can come and arrest you without you knowing.
Will you come and arrest me on top? I'm a victim now.
Yes, now. That's why your information is very important. If you have any way of protecting your information, it's very, very necessary you do it.
Okay, so beware. Well, before coming to that, I also know that if you for some, because we part of what we do, we also talk about the family life. So in marital homes now, we have certain couples that away from just seeing you with another man, okay, they also have some sort of insecurity issues where they get to know your password, they really want to know where is my wife at this moment or where is my husband at this very hour. I believe that there's something somehow I learned that there's how you people can get to trace someone's location, or either the message or the calls. You can even get to receive the person's call. You can get to know, monitor the person. Let me just summarize it, so to say. How do you go about that?
Yeah, the easiest system to use is WhatsApp. You mirror someone's WhatsApp on your browser. Like, for instance, you open your Chrome browser and now search for web.whatsapp.com.
Okay.
It will open this QR code for you to, clone the WhatsApp. You understand? The person you want to monitor, the person you want to track. Then it was very, very free, like without you even entering the password to open the QR code. Then. But nowadays it's very difficult to access that because you will need to, open your password, enter your password to enable the scan.
Okay.
Yeah, so the easiest way to monitor your partner, if you have a jealous partner, is to use WhatsApp. You check through the person's message. Sometimes there are people that will call me, if you're suspecting my partner, is there any way I can monitor my partner? I'll be like, I need to be careful. I need to be careful.
If one person is not down in this video, others will not learn.
So I need to be very careful with the kind of information I share. I will just advise the person to be patient. That everything will be fine. You understand?
Oh, yeah, you don't turn relationship therapist.
I would not want to monitor anybody. I don't want, what that's going to.
Definitely.
So I would just advise them to take it easy. You understand? But there are some guys that will still
really insist. Yes.
Insist. You understand? The ones they check. What's the end result? The relationship will scatter.
Justice is done.
So okay. Let's say, for instance, someone is dating a jealous partner, and when they break up, due to that anger and all of that, maybe some information were leaked and some messages were leaked. That person, if they have been sharing their nude videos and all of that, that partner can choose to make it public, share the nude videos and all of that person.
Serious. So
that's why you don't advise them to penetrate into their
privacy,
partner's privacy. You understand? That's personally I don't, but it doesn't end well. That's just it.
But away from just WhatsApp alone, is there any code that I can use?
Those codes, they do last for some time, but after some time it will not work again. Because even the network providers, which is MTN and Airtel, they are still working on patching their systems.
Oh.
It's kind of like a security breach. They're working on patching, so all those things, once they detect it, they will now patch it.
Okay, and you will not have
it won't work again. They will say, that is code, that is number to monitor this and all of that.
But you've said now that already the end product of the end result, you may know that definitely you may get to realize that either the partner is cheating, because I know it's from the place of lack of trust, or
lack of trust,
a breach of trust that causes that. But then, what advice do you give to partners that have insecurity issues from your experience so far? Because I know now your job, you've become a lot. Your job has elevated you from just being a software developer. You are now a relationship therapist. So that, what advice do you give to such partners? Because for me personally, if you go through my chats, okay, like maybe you use my chats to either kind of rate my emotions, it may break you because I just relate freely. Okay, but though there are some persons that may not find that very comfortable.
It's a personal preference.
Calling someone, Ima, this, that, maybe kind of using. There are some persons that just, why should you call this one that day? Why should you do this? But I mean, there are ones that are just free. Like that's just their life. Okay, they don't attach emotions to chats, but there are people that they don't joke with their emotions. So, lastly, before we call it a wrap, what for us that are actually maybe we are not really paying keen attention to this, what do you advise? How do we get to protect ourselves, protect our password, protect our data, which is the very key to our private life and even maybe public life or private life, so to say, because they can use your information to harm you. How do we get to protect ourselves from hackers?
In today's world, I think it's very difficult for people to adjust themselves because people are already used to, they sharing their personal information on their live activities on social media just to get external comments from people, attention and all of that.
Monetization is good.
So to know, some people to get to know that they're doing well financially and there are a lot of fake life going on. So personally, I would advise people to hide their identification. Don't share most of your information on social media.
Okay.
It's not safe. Not just attackers, kidnappers as well. They check social medias to, look for their target. Monitor their target to know your target. People are like, you can still practice cybersecurity without being a cybersecurity person, without being licensed to, become a cybersecurity practitioner.
Really?
You can practice it yourself by protecting your own self, personal information.
Okay.
You know where you share your information.
Okay.
You understand? You don't share your information randomly to random sites. You understand? So it's advisable. I normally try my best to advise my people to, stay away from signing up on random sites. You understand? But most people, they will not listen. They need money. So that's always the major problem I do have with people. And also using a strong password is highly recommended.
Okay.
Not just using a strong password. Don't use one password in all your applications.
All your application,
your operating, like your social media handles. It's not recommended. It's not a good habit. So using a strong password, I gave an example of a strong password.
Yes.
Password pattern you should use.
Yeah, I got that registered.
So that it will help you, so that someone will not easily predict
what you would use as
what might be your password.
Yeah.
You understand? I might be into software development. Don't be like, let me try website ads. You understand? Add your date of birth or add your phone number and all that to predict your password.
Okay.
So it's not recommended to use something related to you.
Okay.
At all for your password authentication.
So to organizations as well as brands, what would you advise them? What's your parting words to them?
Okay, for brands and organizations, when employing someone to work for you, be it a website designer, it should be a brand, not an individual.
Okay.
You should have a policy, inside policy, that protects your own organization.
Organization, yes.
Now, if you want to employ someone to work for you as a web developer or as an app developer, that person should be registered, should be an entity registered with CSC.
Okay.
This person cannot harm you. You understand? Your information is secure. If anything should happen,
it is that human being that
you can easily take the person to court. You understand? Okay. To know her. So most individuals, when they are doing this, they just employ anyhow people to work for them. It's not advisable to do that. It's very dangerous. It's very risky.
So you just know the kind of person you employ to work for you.
Trust.
Okay. All right. So in a world where we hunt and we try as much as possible to hustle for our daily needs, as much as possible try to understand that the level of hacking is rapidly growing every blessed day. You may wake up one day to realize that you don't have much again in your account. You may also wake up to see your life in the public space that could ruin your reputation for life. And then, what do you think of doing? How do you go about it? This has been a very fantastic 1-hour conversation wrapped with an eye-opening on how you can protect yourself, your personal space, and your relationship, as well as your organization from lifetime damage. Because you wouldn't love to see yourself being ruined for a lifetime. You won't love to see your investment being, taken off your space of income and your space of benefit. So if this is meeting you for the first time, of course, this is Uproot the Issue podcast. I sit here every time to discuss issues. The most reason why I discuss this issue is to provide you with solutions that will help you to escape the hook of life issues. Please help us to do this better by subscribing to our channel. If this is meeting you for the first time, please, so that all other contents that will be coming, you will get notified. And this was a very fantastic, again, session with Mr. Ifyok Samson. He's a software developer. Until next episode, please do well to protect yourself, hide your password, know the kind of individual you employ. Not just the employ any person who you see for street too, because in the streets life, there's something inside the streets. Please, until next episode, I remain Ekemili Ekwere, your ever-cleaning podcast host. Stay safe.